Next, we'll learn how to crochet the second part of the front piece. Let's take a look at the finished product. The second part continues from the first part, with color changes throughout the work. We'll be introducing new stitches, the DC3 bobble, the FPDC, the DC3-in-1, and the 5DC popcorn. Now, I will demonstrate the specific steps. Start by crocheting the first round. Take out the yarn in the appropriate color. Make sure the right side of the piece is facing you. Locate any two FPDT are from the first part. Find the corresponding stitch in last round. Count 4 stitches to the right of this stitch. Join the yarn to the 4th stitch. Then, make a beginning chain. Make a single crochet into the stitch where you joined the yarn. Place a stitch marker. Skip the next 2 stitches on the left. On the 3rd stitch, make a double crochet 3 stitches into the same stitch and crochet together, which we'll call a DC3 bobble for short. To make the DC3 bobble, in the same stitch, make 3 unclosed double crochets. 1, 2, and 3. You'll have 4 loops on your hook. Yarn over and draw through all 4 loops. And a DC3 bobble is done. You can see the DC3 bobble's position. It approximately corresponds to a FPDT or below. Now, make 2 chains for transition. Then, in the same stitch, make another DC3 bobble. Again, start with 3 unclosed double crochets. 1, 2, 3. 4 loops are on your hook. Yarn over and draw through all 4 loops. And the second DC3 bobble is done. Now, make 3 chains for transition. Then, in the next stitch to the left, make a DC3 bobble. Make 2 chains for transition. And in the same stitch again, make 1 DC3 bobble. Once done, skip 2 stitches. Make a single crochet in the 3rd stitch. Transition with 3 chains. Skip 3 stitches. Make a single crochet in the 4th stitch. Transition with 6 chains. Skip 3 stitches. And make a single crochet in the 4th stitch. Transition with 3 chains. Then skip another 3 stitches. Make a single crochet in the 4th stitch. Now, in the 3rd stitch, make 2 DC3 bobbles. Between the DC3 bobbles, make 2 chains for transition. After completing this part, make 3 chains. Make 2 DC3 bobbles on the left stitch. Again, between them, use 2 chains to transition. Finally, make a single crochet in the 3rd stitch. Transition with 3 chains. Skip 3 stitches. Make a single crochet in the 4th stitch. Make a transition with 6 chains. Then, in the 4th stitch, make 1 single crochet. Transition with 3 chains. Let's see the piece. Count this single crochet, 4 DC3 bobbles, and 3 groups of chains as pattern A. Consider these 3 single crochets and 3 groups of chains. As pattern B. The pattern for this round is 2. Alternate between pattern A and pattern B. Continue crocheting in this pattern all around. After completing the last 3 chains of pattern B, join with a slip stitch at the marker. Give it a gentle tug to tighten. Then, fasten off yarn. Weave in ends. The first round is finished. Now, move on to the second round. Take a new yarn. Add any pattern B in the first round. Where there are 6 chains, locate the corresponding first section. From the last round's 3 single crochets, join the yarn to the middle stitch. Be mindful of the pattern from the first round, which should be below your hook. Then make a chain to begin. Make a single crochet at the joining position. Place a stitch marker. Now, make another single crochet in the next stitch to the left. Skip the single crochet from the first round above. In the chain on the left, make a single crochet and 2 half double crochets. Once done, find the first DC3 bobble in the pattern A on the left side. Make a double crochet. Then, in the space of 2 chains, make 3 double crochets. After that, in the space of 3 chains, make 3 double crochets. Three chains and 3 double crochets. Then in the space of 2 chains make 3 double crochets. Finally, in the fourth DC3 bobble, make it a double crochet. Now, you're on to pattern B. In the space of 3 chains, make 2 half double crochets. And a single crochet. Next, skip the single crochet on the left from the top. In the last loop of the first section on the left, across these 3 single crochets, make 1 single crochet for each, 3 single crochets in total. Be mindful when crocheting that the previous round's 6 chains from pattern B are always crocheted below. Afterward, skip the first single crochet of the left section. Make a single crochet and 2 half double crochets in the chain space. Let's take a look at the piece. On the pattern A from previous round, crochet double crochets and chains. At the 2-3 chain spaces in pattern B, make single crochets and half double crochets separately. The 6 chain section in pattern B is special. Located in the last round of the first part, where you'll make single crochets on those 3 single crochets. In pattern B's 6 chain section, leave it unworked for now. Continue crocheting this way downward. Keep going until you complete the round. Once you've finished the last single crochet, join with a slip stitch to the marker. Give it a gentle tug to tighten. Then fasten off yarn. Weave in ends. I won't demonstrate that part. You've completed the second round. As you can see, pattern A has formed this triangular top section. Now, let's crochet the third round. This entire round will be crocheted into the stitches of the second round. Take the appropriate yarn. Join it to the first double crochet. That corresponds to pattern A in the previous round. Begin with a chain, then make a single crochet. Place a stitch marker. Then, crocheting on the left stitch, make a single crochet into each stitch until before the chain where pattern A starts. Make sure to weave in ends as you go. Now, you're at this position. Make a single crochet in the chain. Make 2 chains for transition. Then make a 5 double crochets popcorn. From now on, we'll call it a 5DC popcorn for short. The technique is as follows. First, yarn over and make 5 double crochets into the chain space. Temporarily remove your hook. Then, insert it back into the first stitch and the loop that was left. Pull the loop through the first stitch. Slip the loop through the first stitch. Make sure the double crochets are protruding forward as you do this. Make a chain. Tighten the loop. And the 5DC popcorn is done. Afterward, make 2 chains for transition. Then, in the chain space, make a single crochet. Then pick up the stitches, making a single crochet for each stitch. Until you reach the corresponding chain space. At the next pattern A, now, at this position, make a single crochet in the chain space. Make 2 chains for transition. Next, make a 5DC popcorn. Begin with 5 double crochets. Temporarily remove your hook. Insert the hook into the first stitch and the loop that was left. Pull the loop through the first stitch, making sure to puff out the double crochets. When making 5DC popcorns later, always ensure the double crochets protrude forward. Make 1 chain. Tighten it up. The second 5DC popcorn is completed. Now, make 2 chains for transition. Then, make a single crochet into the chain space. Let's see the piece. Treat these 2 single crochets, 2 sets of chains, and a 5DC popcorn as one pattern. That's the pattern for this round. You'll work into the corresponding stitch from the previous round, making a single crochet there. Into the chain spaces, make the pattern. Continue following this pattern. Crochet all the way around. After the last single crochet, join with a slip stitch to the stitch marker. Give it a gentle tug to tighten. Then, fasten off yarn. Weave in ends. You've completed the 3rd round. Now, move on to the 4th round. This round will be crocheted into the 1st round stitches. Take the appropriate yarn. Begin by finding any pattern A in the 1st round. At the 2nd DC3 bobble, slip your hook through the back loop of that stitch to join the yarn. Make sure when you're joining, the 2nd and 3rd rounds are on top of your hook. Then, begin with a chain. Make a single crochet. Place a stitch marker. Make 3 chains for transition. Into the next DC3 bobble on the left. Insert your hook through the back loop. Make a single crochet. Keep in mind as you crochet this round, the 2nd and 3rd rounds should remain above your hook. I won't repeat that. Again, make 3 chains for transition. Locate the 6th chain from the 1st round on the left. Yarn over that large space, make a double crochet. And 1 chain as a group. Repeat this 7 times. Once done, make another double crochet. Take a moment to count your stitches. You should have made 8 double crochets in this chain space. Now, made 3 chains for transition. Continue in the 1st round on the left side. On the 2nd DC3 bobble of pattern A, make a single crochet into the back loop only. Transition with 3 chains. Then, on the left DC3 bobble. Again, make a single crochet into the back loop only. Another 3 chains for transition. Now, at the position of the left 6 chains, make 8 double crochets. Between each double crochet, insert a chain to join. After completing this section, let's see the piece. For this entire round, crochet below the second, third row of the piece. You'll be crocheting into the stitches of the first round. On pattern A, correspondingly make these 2 single crochets and 3 groups of chains. On pattern B, you'll make 8 double crochets. Between each double crochet, insert a chain to join. Continue following this pattern. Crochet all the way around. Finish with the final group of 8 double crochets. Make 3 chains as a transition. Join with a slip stitch at the marker position. Give it a gentle tug to tighten. Fasten off yarn. Weave in ends. And that completes the 4th round. As you can see, the double crochets in this round create a fan motif. This alternates with the triangular motifs from before. Move on to the 5th round. This round will be crocheted on the 4th round. Take the appropriate yarn. Joining the yarn by finding the space between the fan motifs at the right chain from the previous round. Make a beginning chain. Then make a single crochet in the same stitch. Place a stitch marker. Now, make 3 chains for transition. Finally, make a single crochet in the next chain on the left. Make 3 chains for transition. Make a single crochet in the next chain on the left. Another transition with 3 chains. This brings you to the front of the fan motif. First, at both the left double crochet and the chain. Transition with a double crochet. And 2 chains. Then, skip the next double crochet on the left. In the chain on the left, make a 5 DC popcorn. Again, transition with 2 chains. Repeat this pattern 5 times. Once completed, make a double crochet in both the chain and the double crochet on the left. Then, make a transition with 3 chains. In the chain on the left, join with a single crochet. Repeat this 3 times. After that, finish with another transition of 3 chains. Now, let's take a look at the piece. At the position of the 3 chains from the previous round, make a single crochet in each. On either side of these single crochets, make a transition with 3 chains. In the fan motif from the previous round, make 2 double crochets on each side. At the middle chain, make 5 DC popcorns, 1 for each. Between these 5 DC popcorns, make 2 chains as a transition. Continue following this pattern. Complete this round. After making the last 2 double crochets, make 3 chains to transition. Join with a slip stitch at the marker position. Give it a gentle tug to tighten. Fasten off yarn. Weave in ends. The 5th round is now completed. Move on to the 6th round. Take the appropriate yarn. Locate the space between the fan motifs from the previous round. Find any chain. At the second one from the right to left. Join the yarn with a slip stitch. Then, make a chain to start. Make a single crochet in the same stitch. Place a marker. Make 3 chains for transition. Make a single crochet at the next chain on the left. Transition with 3 chains. Proceed on the left fan motif. Pick up a double crochet. For each stitch, make a single crochet. Then, at the next chain on the left, make a single crochet and a FPDC. To do this, yarn over, then locate the double crochet at the 4th round below. Insert your hook into the right side of that stitch and come out through the left side. Yarn over, pull through the yarn. Now, you have 3 loops on your hook. Yarn over and pull through 2 loops one after another. Repeat this step twice. 1, 2, and there you have a FPDC. Then, in the same chain, make another single crochet. Skip the 5 DC popcorn. Make a single crochet in the next chain on the left. Then, make a FPDC. Yarn over. Insert your hook into the right side of double crochet below. Come out from the left side. Yarn over again. Pull the yarn through. Yarn over and pull through 2 loops. Repeat this process twice. You've completed the second FPDC. Now, make another single crochet in the same chain. Move down and continue in the chain of the fan motif. Make a single crochet in each corresponding chain, a FPDC and a single crochet. Repeat until all chains in the fan motif are worked. Once done, on the left side of double crochet, make a single crochet. And the corresponding stitches for the fan motif is done. Continue below. Working single crochets and FPDCs as established in the fan motif. Between the fan motifs, make single crochets and chains to connect. Complete this round. After the last single crochet, make 3 chains for transition. Then join with a slip stitch at the marker. Tighten the yarn. Finally, fasten off yarn. Weave in ends. You've completed round 6. For round 7, the instructions are straightforward. Join the yarn in the middle of a fan motif. Make a double crochet into each stitch. Between the fans, insert a chain. A single crochet and a chain to connect. Refer to the chart to complete this round on your own. Don't cut the yarn after finishing. I won't demonstrate this part. Move on to round 8. Start with 4 chains. Place a stitch marker. Now, within each fan motif, make a treble crochet first. Then, make 4 double crochets. At the last double crochet's entry position, make a half double crochet. So, this half double crochet and the double crochet will both be made into the same stitch. Continue with 3 half double crochets. Four single crochets. And 4 half double crochets. Afterward, make 4 double crochets. Be mindful that the first double crochet should be made into the same stitch with the last half double crochet. Now, make 2 treble crochets. The stitches within the fan motif are done. Proceed to the next step. Between each fan, make a single crochet to connect. Pay attention to where you insert your hook. At the top of the 5DC popcorn of the third round. Continue in this pattern, following the chart to complete the round. When finished, join with a slip stitch at the marker. Then, fasten off yarn. Weave in ends. And the 8th round is done. Move on to the next step. Now, let's work on the 9th round. I'll continue with this small sample as an example. Start by joining the yarn on a fan from the previous round. Counting from the right, join it to the 4th stitch. Make a beginning chain. Make a single crochet at the joining position. As you crochet, weave in ends. Place a stitch marker. Then, make single crochet in each stitch, one by one, all the way to the corresponding stitch of the fan. Remember to weave in ends as you go. Once you're done, in the single crochets between the fans, make a single crochet. Next, pick up the left stitch and make single crochet one by one. Then, make 9 chains. From the last single crochet you just made, count 5 stitches to the right. Finally, slip stitch into the 5th stitch, which is at the right edge of the fan. That's the second single crochet from right to left. Now, pick up the left stitch and slip stitch into each stitch. Slip the yarn end through the single crochet where you made the chain. This way, the chain and the single crochet below. Create a closed circle between the 2 fans. Continue on the left fan motif. Make single crochet in each stitch, one by one, until you complete this fan motif. Now, you finish this fan. Make 1 single crochet into the middle single crochet. Then, make 2 single crochets in the left fan motif. Follow that with 9 chains. Repeat the same pattern, starting from the last stitch. Count 5 stitches to the right. And join with a slip stitch in the 5th stitch. Continue with slip stitches into the stitches on the left side, until you slip the yarn to the last stitch. And there, you've completed another chain cycle. Proceed by following this method, making a single crochet into each corresponding stitch between 2 fan motifs in those 5 stitches. Form a circle with 9 chains and 5 slip stitches. Keep going until you finish the round. Now, after completing the final ring, make 2 single crochets into the left stitch. Then join with a slip stitch at the marker position. Give it a gentle tug to tighten. Fasten off yarn. Weave in ends. And that completes round 9. Move on to round 10. Take the appropriate yarn. Find any chain cycle from the previous round to begin. Join the yarn to the 3rd stitch from the left. Make a beginning chain. Work a single crochet in this stitch. Place a stitch marker. Then, chain 6 for the transition. Let's examine the piece. You can see in the middle of the fan motif in round 8. There are half double crochets on either side of these 4 single crochets. We'll pick up the back loop of the right half double crochet first. Look for the 2 yarns below like this. Make a special single crochet. Chain 5 to transition. In the half double crochet to the left of the single crochet, pick the 2 yarns below on the back. Now, work another special single crochet. Chain 6 for the transition. You can observe that these 2 special single crochets, along with 3 chains, are all made on the back side of the fan motif. Next, we come to the chain cycle. Start by making a single crochet. In the 2nd stitch from the right to the ring. Now, let's examine the piece. At the 5 single crochets below the ring, there are 2 rows of stitches. The ones in front are slip stitches. Behind them are the single crochets. Pick up the last single crochet on the right. Make a DC 3 in 1. This means making 3 double crochets in the same stitch. 1, 2, 3. The DC 3 in 1 is done. Now, make 2 chains as a transition. Then, in the middle stitch corresponding to the ring, pick the back single crochet. Make a 5 DC popcorn. While working, remember to hold the chain cycle aside for now. Next, work 5 double crochets into the stitch. Temporarily remove your hook from the loop. Now, draw the yarn through the first stitch. To make a slip stitch, make a 5 DC popcorn. Remove the hook again. Find the chain. In the middle of the 9 chain loop, insert your hook into the yarn at the back of the chain, and also into the loop. Make 1 chain. There, a 5 DC popcorn is done. And the chain ring is secured to the popcorn. Then, chain 2 for transition. In the left chain of the chain cycle, go through the back loop of that stitch. Make a DC 3 in 1. Right here in this stitch, make 3 double crochets. 1, 2, 3. And the second DC 3 in 1 is done. Skip the next 2 left stitches. Then, make a single crochet into the third stitch. Chain 6 for transition. Now you're coming at the fan motif. Find the single crochet from round 8 again. Picking up the 2 back yarns of the right HDC. Make a special single crochet. Chain 5 for transition. Then, on the left half double crochet. Also pick up the 2 back yarns. And make another special single crochet. Chain 6 for transition. The chains behind the fan are done. Next, you are coming to the chain cycle. Make a single crochet in the second right stitch. Now, work across the 5 stitches in the ring. Pick up the last single crochet on the right. Make a DC 3 in 1. Chain 2 for transition. Then, in the middle single crochet, make a 5 DC popcorn. When making the last chain of 5 DC popcorn, be sure to catch the chain from the middle of chain cycle, all in one stitch. Chain 2 for transition. In the single crochet on the left, make another DC 3 in 1. Finally, in the third stitch from the left, make a single crochet. The pattern around the ring is done. Continue this way to work the entire round. After the last DC 3 in 1, join with a slip stitch at the marker. Tighten the yarn. Fasten off yarn. Weave in ends. Round 10 is done. Now, move on to round 11. Take the appropriate yarn. Starting from the previous round, add any random stitch in the chain cycle. Make a DC 3 in 1 in the right double crochet. Join the new yarn to the last right double crochet. Make 3 beginning chains. Place a stitch marker on the third chain. Pick up the left stitch. Make double crochets 1 by 1, 2 in total. As you go, weave in ends. Pick up the chains on either side of the 5 DC popcorn. Make double crochets 1 by 1, 4 in total. Continue picking up stitches. Make double crochets 1 by 1, 3 in total. Then, between the double crochet and single crochet, make a DC 2 in 1. Now coming to the fan motif of round 9. Notice that, in the previous round, there's a single crochet to the right of the fan, to the left of the entry position. Skip 2 stitches. Make a single crochet in the third stitch. Make 3 chains for transition. Then, locate the transition chains behind the fan motif from the previous round. Make a single crochet in the last right chain. Make 3 chains for transition. In the left chain, make a single crochet. Again, 3 chain transition. Continue, make the third single crochet in the next left chain. Another 3 chain transition. Now you're at the left side of the fan motif. Locate the previous round again. Find the single crochet on the left side of the fan motif. To the right of the entry position. Skip 1 stitch. Make a single crochet in the second stitch. That completes the fan motif. Continue in this pattern. At the chain cycle from the previous round, make a DC2 in 1 and a double crochet. Pay attention to the entry position for the DC2 in 1. It's between the double crochet and the single crochet. Once done, move to the third stitch of the 9th round. Make a single crochet. Then, make a single crochet in the chains from the previous round. Between each single crochet, make 3 chains as a transition. After completing all chains, make 3 chains as a transition. In the 9th round, to the right of this single crochet entry position. In the second stitch, make a single crochet. Continue in this pattern. Finish this round. After making the last DC2 in 1, join with a slip stitch at the stitch marker. Gently pull to tighten. Fasten off yarn. Weave in ends. You've completed round 11. Round 12 is simple. Take the appropriate yarn. Add a new fan motif in any section. Join the yarn to the second stitch. Make 3 beginning chains. Place a stitch marker. Refer to the chart. Make a double crochet and a DC2 in 1 into the previous round's double crochet. And this single crochet. After finishing, locate the entry position of single crochet. From round 9 in the previous round, skip 2 stitches. Start from the 3rd stitch from the left. Match each stitch with 1. Make 2 single crochets. Make 5 chains for transition. Then skip another 3 stitches. Begin from the 4th stitch from the left. Again, make 2 single crochets correspondingly. Now coming to the fan motif. The pattern for this round. Refer to the chart. At the corresponding position of the fans from the previous round, make double crochets and DC2 in 1s. Then, at the corresponding position in the 9th round, make single crochets and chains. Continue this way around the entire round. Once done, slip stitch at the stitch marker. Gently pull to tighten. Round 12 is finished. Moving on to round 13. Continue with the yarn from the previous round. You need to make 4 baubles with different colors. Take all 4 yarns needed for the baubles. Combine them into one bundle and set aside. Pick up where you left off in the previous round. Start by making a chain. Then, make a single crochet into the chain below the turning chain. As you crochet, take that bundled yarn you prepared earlier and place it over your hook. As you work, weave the new yarn into your stitches. When weaving in ends, leave a slightly longer tail at the beginning. Move your stitch marker. Then, make 2 single crochets. Next, make a bauble. The technique for this bauble is slightly different from the first one you did. Temporarily remove the hook. Insert the hook into the stitch in the left double crochet, picking the front loop only. Refer to the chart. Draw through the corresponding yarn. Then, using the same method as before, make a bauble. Again, temporarily remove the hook. Now, insert it through both the loop of the single crochet and the bauble. Into the back loop of the next stitch. Make a slip stitch. Gently pull the yarn of the bauble. And the bauble is fixed. Continue with the yarn for the single crochets. Make 3 single crochets. For a more attractive look, you can alternate working with 2 different yarns from the baubles. Once done, temporarily remove the hook. Then, find the corresponding yarn to continue. On the front loop of the next left stitch, make another bobble. Then, pick both the single crochet loop and the bobble loop at the same time. In the back loop of that stitch, make a slip stitch. Gently tighten all the tails. Follow the pattern of 3 single crochets and a different colored bobble, finishing the double crochets in the previous round. Pay attention when finishing the second bobble of the fan motif. You'll need to make 3 single crochets across 2 stitches. So, make 1 single crochet and a SC2 in 1. Then make a bobble. On the last double crochet, next, make 2 single crochets on the left single crochet, then skip over the chains above. And on the stitch from the 9th round on the left, make 1 single crochet, after that, temporarily remove your hook. On the front half of the stitch from the 9th round on the left, make a bobble using the corresponding yarn. Next, insert your hook into both the single crochet and the bobble loops. In the back loop of the stitch, make a slip stitch. Now, the bobble is attached to the corresponding stitch in the 9th round. Then, in the same stitch of the 9th round on the left, make 1 single crochet, be mindful when crocheting that the chain from the previous round is still below the piece. Next, on the previous round, single crochet on the left. Make a single crochet in each stitch, one by one. Take a look at the piece. You'll see the pattern for this round is to skip 3 single crochets. Make a different colored bobble. Pay attention to the left side of the fan motif, where you need to make a SC2 in 1. Also, ensure that the single crochets and the bobbles corresponding to the chains from the previous round are both worked above the chains to the corresponding stitches on round 9. Continue this pattern down the round. Finishing the last bobble. Join with a slip stitch at the marker. Gently pull tight. Fasten off yarn. For all the bobble tails, you can leave a 5 cm tail before cutting. Then weave in ends. The 13th round is done. Move on to the 14th round. Take the appropriate yarn. At any chain space in the 12th round. Join the yarn. Make 3 beginning chains. Place a stitch marker. Then make 8 double crochets into this chain. Remember to weave in ends as you go. After that, chain 7 for transition. Then make a special single crochet. Find the fan motif on the 11th round. Counting from the right, at the 6th double crochet, insert your hook through the back 2 loops of this stitch. Make a single crochet. Then chain 6 for transition. in the 11th round of the fan motif. Counting from the left, at the back of the 6th double crochet, make another special single crochet, chain 7 for transition. Next, on the left side, in the 12th round, on the chain space, make 9 double crochets. Upon completion, chain 7 for transition. Continue to find the fan motif of the 11th round. On the back of the 6th double crochet, separately on the left and right sides, make the special single crochet. Between these special single crochets, chain 6 for transition. Then chain 7 again. Let's take a look at the piece. The pattern for this round is making 9 double crochets at the chain spaces in the 12th round, then, on either side of the 11th round's fan motif. At the back of 6th double crochet, make a special single crochet. Between the special single crochet and the double crochet, chain 7 for transition. Between the single crochets, chain 6. Continue following this pattern down, finishing this round. After the last chain group, join with a slip stitch at the marker. Gently pull to tighten. Fasten off yarn. Weave in ends. And the 14th round is done. The remaining rounds of the second part of the front piece are quite straightforward. Let me demonstrate with the finished piece. You can see that the double crochets from the 14th round are worked in between these sections with different color baubles in the fan motifs, creating a new fan motif. From rounds 15 to 17, you'll continue working the corresponding stitches onto this new fan motif. Between the fans, you'll make single crochets and chains to connect. Be mindful when making single crochets at round 17. The entry positions are from round 13, and the chain spaces from the baubles. Make sure not to miss or miscount. Finish the last 2 rounds with the same yarn. Add any fan motif with a bauble. Join the yarn at the top of the pattern. Then, crochet in rounds. All the stitches needed have been demonstrated earlier. It's quite straightforward, so I won't show it again. Refer to the chart for guidance. After completing the remaining rounds on the front piece, up until now, that concludes the tutorial for the front piece. Once both the front and back pieces are finished, you'll slip stitch seam, joining the 2 pieces as you go. No new stitches are involved. Let me demonstrate the technique now. I'll use this finished sample for the demonstration. Place the front and back pieces with their wrong sides facing each other. Position the front pieces right side towards you. Starting from the end of the front piece, make a beginning chain. Then insert your hook into the third chain of the previous round's turning chain and into the corresponding stitch on the back piece. Make a single crochet. Now, inserting the hook into the next left stitch of the front piece and the corresponding stitch on the back. Make another single crochet, then make a picot of 3. After completing this stitch, proceed to pick up the left corresponding stitches of both the front and back pieces. Make a single crochets one by one. Then, make a picot of 3. Let's take a look at the piece. The edging technique involves making a single crochet into both the front and back pieces' corresponding stitches. After 3 single crochets, make a picot of 3. Continue in this pattern. You'll notice the starting position for the edging aligns with the top of a fan motif with different color baubles. Skip the right fan motif with bauble and work to the top of the second fan motif. Between these 2 baubles, you'll find the opening for the pillowcase. Now, coming this position, except for the opening, the front and back pieces are already joined. Insert the hook into the left stitch of the front piece. Don't continue crocheting on the back piece. Follow the pattern for the border, making single crochets and picot of 3. Work all the way around until you complete the round. If you have fewer stitches left than needed at the end, adjust the number as necessary. It's okay if it's off by 1 or 2 stitches. Finish with a single crochet. Then join with a slip stitch to the first stitch. Gently pull to tighten. Fasten off yarn. Weave in ends. The edging is now completed, and the front and back pieces are joined. Next, sew on the buttons. Let's look at the finished product. There are 3 buttons in total, sewn evenly along the opening of the pillowcase, at the edge of the front piece on the wrong side, on the second to last round. There's no strict requirement for the position or number of buttons. You can customize them according to your preference. I'll demonstrate how to attach them. Buy the finished product and one button. Thread the corresponding yarn onto a yarn needle. The side with the dashed line is the front of the button, while the other side is the back. Place the back of the button against the wrong side of the front piece. Position it correctly. Inserting the needle from the front piece's wrong side at the corresponding position. Begin by leaving a tail of about 5 centimeters. Then, pass the needle through the piece close to the front side. At the same time, go through one buttonhole. Next, pass through the other buttonhole, also going through the corresponding position on the piece. To sew securely. You can repeat this process a few times for reinforcement. Finally, bring the needle to the wrong side of the piece. Tie the starting and ending tails together in a knot. Weave the remaining tails in the wrong side of the front piece. Please weave the other end on your own. I won't demonstrate that part. And there you have one button sewn on. Moving forward, follow this method to sew on the rest of the buttons. It's quite straightforward, so I won't repeat the demonstration. With that, we've covered everything for this pillowcase. If you have any questions during the process, don't hesitate to reach us via our website. Susan's Family, supporting your handwork experience, sharing the joy of life. Thank you for watching. See you in the next episode.